Congratulations, Susan, on reaching this amazing milestone. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what brought you to Grace and Strength in the first place?
Okay. I have been on every diet in the world. Been on Weight Watchers, I guess I probably shouldn't name all of them, but I even worked for a diet company when we lived in New Hampshire. So I've, counseled people on diets, been on diets, seen nutritionists, doctors, you name it. And the problem was I never could keep it off. As soon as I got down to a halfway decent weight, not even all the way, I would gain it right back. And so when I contacted Grace and Strength, I found it on the internet, and I thought, well, I'll try it. So I emailed them, and then the day that Cindy called me was so funny because I was at a golf tournament we were hosting for a ministry that my husband and I were involved in, and I was compulsively eating. I was just frustrated with myself. I was desperate. And I told Cindy, I said, sign me up. She said, well, what plan do you want? I said, I don't care. Just sign me up. I need help. I can't do this. And I had already told my doctor I was never going on another diet. It didn't work. What's the point? And I had made up my mind. But then that day, when I was compulsively overeating and Cindy called, I'm like, I'm doing this. And so as soon as I started, what was funny was that was 2 weeks before I left for a trip to France. And if you'll remember, I was like, maybe I shouldn't have joined it right now. And so anyway, y'all were really gracious to me. And I went to France and I had a good time with my friends and came back, and the day I got back, we started on the program, and God was just so gracious to me. And it was like, do what I did, exactly what you told me to do, eat this. And that part I got. I know how to diet, But the part that was killing me inside was the emotional eating. The thing that brought me to Grace and Strength was we had a situation in our family that was very painful for me. And so I started putting the weight back on again. And my husband's like, you can't do this to yourself. And I said, I know, but I don't know how to stop. And that's where the desperation came in. So I'm a student of the Bible, which is another strange thing. But I believed God. I believed that He was here to heal me. And He wanted to heal me. And I knew that because I know God. And I thought, we're going to do this. And so I got in the Word every single day. And I wrote out on index cards scriptures that would help me stay focused on Him and would help me resist the temptation. Because when Jesus was tempted, what did He use? He used scripture to resist the temptation. And I thought, that's what I've got to focus on. And so every time I get in trouble, I'm back on my knees and I'm back at the cross, like you say all the time. Let's get back to the cross as fast as we can, because that's where it is. That's where the healing is. And that's what He's done. I mean it. He has healed me. And I'm walking in that now. And people can't believe it when they see me. I've always lost to, when we set our goals, and I thought, I'll just do this, 20 pounds, 25 pounds or something. Well, I began to see the other ladies in the group, and they were losing weight and keeping it off, and I was like, wow, do you think I could do that? And so as, I went through the process, God showed me, look what I can do for you if you'll just trust me. And so I thought, I keep lowering my goal. I'm like, do you really think I can weigh what I weighed when I got married, you know. And lo and behold, here I am. And, you know, my husband's very proud of me. I'm just praising God. This is such a gift. This is something I've wanted for a long time, but have been unable to achieve on my own because I kept running into the wrong thing. And I'm just, it's a miracle. It really is.
So, Susan, how much did you lose?
Well, I think I lost about 45 to 50 pounds. If you go back before I called Grace and Strength, it's 50. But I didn't do the math just before, but yeah.
Wonderful. Now, you mentioned that something painful happened within your family. And I am assuming that your circumstances may not have changed, but you changed in your circumstances.
Oh, no, the circumstance is the same. And maybe, I don't know how God's going to work on that. But I do know that He brought us through this crisis. It was awful. I mean, I'll start crying if I think about it. But I know He's got it. He's going to take care of it. He doesn't take you through anything that you can't handle with Him. You can't handle it on your own, and that's what I tried to do, and that's how I kept getting fatter and fatter and fatter. And I was like, oh, this can't be happening again, you know. But
so in your maintenance period, you have kept the weight off so far?
Yes.
So 8 weeks of maintenance and stability. Wonderful.
But I'm looking forward to, I know the Christmas holidays are hard. And we've got a few more parties to go before it's all over with. But we're going to one tonight, and my husband and I were talking, we had lunch, and I said, okay, what we're going to do tonight, because we don't know what we're going to get served. I said, we're going to eat some vegetables before we go. And then we're not going to be hungry, you know, and we're not going to try the cookies or the fudge or whatever it is. We're just
a woman with a plan.
We have a plan.
So you also mentioned that you took some trips to some exotic places, actually.
Yeah.
And, you're telling me that you continued to lose weight out there on your holidays.
I lost 5 pounds on a cruise. On a cruise, guys. And we were gone 2 weeks to Germany and France on a river cruise. And what I did was the guy that was in charge of, you know, they cater to people on special diets. And I thought, I've lost 20 pounds. I'm not going to ruin this now. And I talked to the guy, and he said, okay, Susan. And so every morning he brought me a menu, and he said, tell me what you can eat. And I have a picture of the last day on the cruise of my sack. He packed me a lunch for the airplane. And that was an answer to prayer, because I was like, okay, what am I going to eat? Lord, I don't like airplane food. And he fixed me some chicken and some beef, and he had some fruit in there. And it was awesome.
Wow. Isn't that beautiful how God lets us be taken care of?
I think just being there, put yourself out there a little bit and say, I need to do this for me and for God. And you know, be a little, you know, I have a tendency to be you know, oh, well, I'll just eat whatever they put in front of me. But you need to be a little bit assertive and tell the waiter at the restaurant, no butter on that, no oil on that. I want it dry. I've had them come back and ask me, are you sure you don't want any oil on that? And I went, no. So, you know, you just have to work at it. But when you do, and God rewards you in so many beautiful ways.
Wonderful. Now, what would you say to someone listening to this that was contemplating Grace and Strength?
Do it. And don't worry about the money, because if you don't do this and you continue on that destructive path that you're on, you're going to be paying doctor bills. You know, God told me months ago, before this ever happened, you need to get control of this, is what he told me.
Mm.
And I knew that if I didn't, I was going to get sick. I mean, I'm very healthy, but it'll get you. That sugar is poison.
Yeah.
It is poison. And we don't realize how much we're turning to those foods that are hurting us, you know, because they go down easy and they make us feel good for about 5 minutes. And then the next thing you got is discouragement and frustration and shame.
Yeah, very true. Well, Susan, it's a wonderful story of success, and I look forward to maybe a reunion where we celebrate the good place that you continue to remain in. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.